Ndewonu ụmụakwụkwọ, ana m anabata unu na nkụzi nke izuụka a. Nnọọ. Aha m bụ Edith Nwobu. Ngwa ka anyị gaanụ. Ọ dị mma, cheta na izuụka gara aga anyị melụ ihe niile gbasara mkpụrụedide Igbo, ngalaba ya na etu esi akpọpụta ya. Remember that last week we treated everything about the Igbo alphabet, the divisions and their pronunciations. Ya mere n'izuụka anyị ga-eleba anya na nyirudaome, that is the syllabic nasals, nkejiokwu, syllable. Anyị ga-agakwa n'iru leba anya na akara edemede, punctuation marks. Ọzọ bụ mgbakwunye, anyị ga-eleba anya na mgbakwunye, affixes, na etu ị nwere ike isi were mgbakwunye ndị a mepụta mkpụrụ okwu dị iche iche. We're going to look at the various affixes and how you could use them in word formation by having some morphemes affixed to the verb roots. Okay, let's delve right into the lesson. Nyirudaome Igbo. Nyirudaome Igbo. Say that. Nyirudaome Igbo. In English, it is called syllabic nasals. Okay, read with me. Nyirudaome Igbo dị naanị abụọ. Ha bụ me na ni. What we just read means that the syllabic nasals we have in Igbo are only two in number. They are me and ni. A na-akpọ ha nyirudaome. Nyirudaome literally means resemble udaome. Udaome, you remember, means vowels. Resemble udaome. It means they have some characteristics of udaome. Look at these characteristics. Ha bụ ụdampụta dịka udaome. Please remember to read along as I read, because you know the exam is going to be written in Igbo. So you have to learn how to read and the spellings too. Okay, the second one, ha na-ebu akara udaolu. They are marked just like the vowels. Ha na-abụ nkejiokwu ebe ọbụla ha dị. They are also syllables. Anywhere any of the Nyirudaome Igbo appears, anywhere you see Nyirudaome, it is what? A syllable. Now, how do you know udaome in a word? How do you know udaome in a word? Since it is also a consonant, the letter is also a consonant, the letters. So, you recognize Nyirudaome this way. Now, listen. If you have two consonants, together in a word, like a consonant following a consonant or consonant coming before another consonant. Remember that I told you in the last lesson that Igbo does not have consonant cluster. So whenever you have two consonants following themselves, and one of those consonants is me or ni, that is me preceding another consonant. The other consonant it precedes could also be me, it could also be ni. At that point where it is preceding another consonant, at that point it is Nyirudaome. I don't know if you get what I am trying to say. Okay, look at it this way. You have two consonants, me and another consonant, or me and me, or ni and ni together in a word. The first me or the first ni is the Nyirudaome, not the second one. Now, you know there are letters that are two in one. Like you have the ni. Whenever it is ni in a word, the ni is not Nyirudaome, because another ni is supposed to precede it for that nye to be in Yoruba. That is, the first nye will become the Yoruba. I hope this is clear enough. Okay, another way to recognize in Yoruba is when they come last in a word, when they end a word. If me, it is usually me that ends a word anyways. So you have such words like njem, mbem. The last me is Yoruba. I hope you understand now. Okay, now enwere mgbochi ume ndị ha na me na-agakọ nwee ndị ha na ni na-agakọ. Ihe a na-akpọ ihe a n'Igbo bụ ndagbanyere ụda ume. What I just said means that there are consonants that only go with me and there are consonants that only go with ni. This is called ndagbanyere ụda ume in Igbo. What it means is that the consonants that go with me cannot go with ni. Do you get it? Now, if you look at this slide, you will see all the consonants that go with me and all the consonants that go with ni on the next slide. I hope that is clear. Okay, that is that about Nyiri Odaome. It could begin a word, it could be in the middle of a word, and it could also be at the end of a word. So whenever you see me or ni preceding another consonant or ending a word in Igbo, just know that what you have there is in Yoruba. I hope that is clear. Okay, let's go over to Nkejiokwu. In Igbo, Nkejiokwu is syllable in English. Now, there are things, Nkejiokwu simply means the pauses you have when you pronounce a word. They are the smallest division of a word. Nkejiokwu bụ nkeji pekarịsịrị mpe n'okwu a na-enwe n'okwu. Ị na-aghọta? Nkeji pekarịsịrị mpe a na-enwe n'okwu. The smallest division of a word is nkejiokwu. That is a syllable. N'asụsụ Igbo, in Igbo, enwere ihe ndị nwere ike ịbụ nkejiokwu. There are things that could be nkejiokwu, syllable. Ha bụ ụda ume, nyiri ụda ume, mgbochi ume na ụda ume dịkọrọ ọnụ. Look at the words, the phrases in marked, written in red. These are formations that could be considered syllable in Igbo. Ụda ume, nyiri ụda ume, mgbochi ume na ụda ume dịkọrọ ọnụ. What this means is that a vowel could be a syllable in Igbo. A syllabic nasal could be a syllable in Igbo, and a consonant and a vowel written together could also be a syllable in Igbo. Nkejiokwu. Remember, we are talking about nkejiokwu. So when does Udaume become an nkejiokwu? Whenever Udaume is before a consonant. Whenever it is before a consonant, that is, when there is no consonant preceding it, at that point, it is nkejiokwu. Then when it comes after another vowel, at that point, it is nkejiokwu. Then in Yoruba, I've told you how to recognize in Yoruba. Anywhere you see in Yoruba, it is considered a syllable. Then mgbochi ume na ụda ume dịkọrọ ọnụ. Whenever a consonant is written with a vowel, consonant before the vowel, at that point it is a syllable. N'oge ahụ, ọ bụ nkejiokwu. Look at this next slide, you will see what I'm talking about. This is slide 4. Now, when you look at this, you see atu. Atu means example, then atuga means examples, plural. Now, this CV, VCV, CV, NCV, CV I wrote it in the other slide, that is the slide before this. You see the meaning of each of the letters. C stands for consonant, V for vowel, N for nasal, that is the syllabic nasal in Yorudaome that I talked about earlier. Okay, this is a format. This CV, it means that it is a syllable. Ọ nkeji okwu ka ọ bụ. V, you see the demarcations. You see the use of strokes to demarcate each syllable. So you have CV. G, this is telling you that in Igbo, in spelling a word in Igbo, consonants must come before the vowel and vowel can come before the consonant or after the consonants. If you look at it, you can see the spelling rules in Igbo play out here. Okay, CV, we have G. Are you seeing it? CV, G, it means it has one syllable. Otu nkeji okwu ka o nwere. V, CV, CV. Now look at the division. The word arcade, when you pronounce it slowly, you see arcade. You have your pauses 3 times. So the same goes with nghọta. Look at what I was telling you about the Nyirudaome. This N, this N is preceding the consonant re. So we have ta. That is the N, CV, CV. The CV is re and ro. This another CV, ta, ti, and a. I hope you understand. Then the next one is DBR. DBR. But a native speaker will say dibia. DBR. That is why this is the more reason you need to learn this format of CVC, because without even the pronunciation, if you learn that CV is a syllable, V is nkejioku, you know we are talking about nkejioku really, because it is not going to be written in English in your exam. And CV is nkejioku. Then in an exam, you don't even need to know how to pronounce a word to get it. Just divide it like this, as you're seeing it now. Divide it like that, and you have the correct number of nkejioku in a word. Okay? So don't be afraid. Hey, how will I pronounce these words? How will I read and know which one? No, you don't have to know how to pronounce to really get this one. It is mathematical. Okay, so you look at G, akede, nghọta, dibia, njem. You see now, this one has 3 nkejiokwu, nkejiokwu atọ, 3 syllables. The first ni and the last me are all nyiri ụdaome. You see what I was talking about. The first ni and the last me are nyiri ụdaome. Why? Because this first ni is preceding G and the last me is coming after, is ending a word, because in Igbo, a consonant does not end a word. Here, we see a consonant ending a word. In this, here now, it cannot be a consonant. It becomes Nyiri Ụdaome, syllabic nasal. Okay, then look at the other words. Mmadụ, Akụ, Chukwu, Chekwube, Nchekwube. Okay, I hope you understand. Please, if you have questions, do send in your questions and they will be attended to. Let's go to akara uda akara edemede. Akara edemede, punctuation marks. You just have to know the punctuation marks we have and what they are called in Igbo. Look at this. Akara ajụjụ. Let's read the Igbo. The question mark. Akara ajụjụ. Read after me. The second one. Akara mkpu. Akara mkpu. Number 3, akara uhie. Number 4, akara ngudo. 5, akara nkwubiri. 6, kpọm. 7, kpọmkpọm. 8, kpọmrịkọm. 9, rịkọm. 10, rịkọm elu. 11, rịkọm ngwu. I hope you'll be able to remember all these. Of course, I know you will be able to remember them because they are so simple, not difficult at all. Okay, let's move ahead to the next slide where we have mgbakwunye. Mgbakwunye, affixes. Mgbakwunye bụ irighiri okwu a na-etinye n'isi ngwa iji mepụta okwu ọhụrụ ma ọ bụ gbatịa nghọta okwu. Affixes are those morphemes you add to the verb roots to form a new word or to extend the meaning of the existing word. Now, what is verb root? Verb root is the very foundation of every verb in Igbo. Now, verb root, the word isi ngwa is made up of two words, isi and ngwa. Isi means head, ngwa means verb, meaning that the verb root is the head of verbs. It is the root of every verb, the foundation upon which every verb is built in Igbo, and it contains the basic meaning of every verb in Igbo. How do you form a verb root? You form a verb root by getting a consonant and a vowel. Just place the consonant before the vowel. That is a verb root. No matter the vowel, no matter the consonant, write the consonant first, then you write next to it the vowel, and you have the verb root, just like we have on this slide. Look at this. B plus A, you have ba. B plus E, you have be. B plus E, you have B, and so on. So let's go ahead with mgbakwunye, that is the affixes. We have 3 different types of affixes we are going to consider. Number 1, nganihu, prefix. Number 2, nsonaazụ, and number 3 is nonetiti, interfix. Nganihu is called nganihu because it is written before, immediate, in front of the verb roots. That is, it precedes the verb roots. Nsonaazụ comes after the verb roots. Then nonetiti is called a nonetiti. Etiti means middle because it is in the middle of a word. It is fixed in the very middle of a word. Okay, let's go ahead to the next slide. Okay, so on this slide 5, we have the various words that could be formed by affixing nganihu to the verb root. So let's go to the very first one, mekangwa. Mekangwa in English is called participle. You get mekangwa by adding a or e to the verb roots. A or e, this is, you follow the rule of vowel harmony to know which one to choose, meaning that you have to look at the vowel on the verb root, then check if it is in the same group, vowel group A or group E, together with any of these letters. That is A or E. If the vowel, for instance, look at the first example, nganihu, we have the first column, nganihu, second one isi ngwa, then mekangwa. This is the word form. Look at the verb root so. So is in the same group of vowels with a. So you have aso. Je, is in the same group of vowels with so you have eje. Ho, o is in the same group of vowels with aho. You have aho. Like that, you have ri. E is in the same group with e. If you don't get this, please refer back to where we treated the alphabet. You will see all these things I'm saying now. Then we have go. O is in the same group of vowels with a. So you have ago. We go over to infinitive. Infinitive, in English, it is realized by adding to eat. That is the infinitive verb of to eat, eating, to eat. So in English, in Igbo, this is realized by the addition of e or a to the verb roots. The same thing, you follow the rule of vowel harmony to know which one to pick between between e and a. Remember, this letter is a. Good. So we have the example. Look at the first column, nganihu. The second one is singwa. The third one, infinitive. So we have so. Because they are in the same group, we choose a so. Je is in the same group with e. We choose ije. Ho, eho. Ri, you add the iri. Go, you add ego. Please don't mind the red things on the line, the red underlining. It's because of the spelling errors marked by the computer. Okay, let's go ahead. We look at gerund. Gerund is got by the addition of o or to isingwa written two times. The isingwa must be written double. Remember the same rule of vowel harmony. So look at the isingwa. Look at another isingwa on the next column. Then we have the gerund. Then look at the nganihu we add. Ngo, because it is o and the same group with o, so we choose our o. You have ongongo, oriri, ororo, ohuhu. So the first thing you consider when you have a verb root is to look at the vowel on the verb root. Then you check which group does it belong to. Then you pick and the letter that you're supposed to pick that is in the same group with the vowel on the verb root. I hope this is clear enough. Okay, let's go ahead to the next slide. So on this slide, we have ntimiwu. Ntimiwu is imperative in English. You use it to give command, tell people to do things. So a na-enweta ntimiwu site n'itinye a, o maọbụ ọ n'isi ngwa. Did you read that with me? Good. Yabụ means that is. Isi ngwa plus a, o maọbụ ọ. The slash is used to say or equal to ntimiwu. Now look at the columns here. Isi ngwa, nsonaazụ, ntimiwu. Remember that this one now is the suffix. Nsonaazụ is suffix. So it comes after the isi ngwa. Okay, remember also the rule of vowel harmony. In ntimiwu, you might ask, how do you now know which of the vowels to add? When you say it automatically chooses. So we do not have a rule. I cannot begin to enumerate the vowels that o should go with or e should go with. But know that these are the vowels that could be added to isi ngwa to make it ntimiwu, imperative. So we have ga, me is ntimiwu, hu plus o, huo, ri plus rie, go plus o, go. tense ndịnazụ. A na-enweta tense ndịnazụ site n'itinye "rị" na ụdaume dị n'isi ngwa. This means that you have your tense ndịnazụ, that is past tense. Tense ndịnazụ means past tense. You get it by the addition of "r" and the repetition of the vowel on the verb root. Now, the "r" is a constant in Igbo past tense. Our simple past, we have the "r" always there. Okay, good. Now look at the columns. Je, then nsonaazụ re, jere, gho, then ro, ghọrọ, ri, we have ri again, riri, go, ro, goro. Now you see that the vowels are repeated after the "r". Is that clear? Try forming your own. Let's see how it goes. Okay, we go to tense in the mecha. Tense in the mecha is perfect tense. A na-enweta tense in the mecha site n'itinye ala, ela, ola or ọla n'isi ngwa. Now, I formed it like this so that it will be very easy for you. It will be very, very easy for you. You just have to pick these and just suffix it, and there you go. If it is native speakers, you just say la. By the addition of la, you have tense in the match. I don't have to write all these ala, ela, ola, and ola. So I simplified it for you, and I hope it helps. So look at the isingwa, nsonazo, and tense in the mecha. Look at the columns. We have ga, gala, ri, riela, fu, fuola, gho, ghola. Now, if you want to mistake it and add the one that is not supposed to be there, if you pronounce it, it will not even go. So form your own verb roots, then try adding it and pronouncing it. You see that it will not even go. It cannot go. Do you understand? So just try forming these words on your own, and let's see if you're able to get there. So we go to nju in Igbo. Nju negation is got by simply suffixing re to the isi ngwa. You have your negation, your negative, nju, not. So you have ga plus re, was to gare, did not go. Ri plus re, rigi, didn't eat. Fu plus re, furi, didn't get lost. So these are how to form these words. I hope you understand. If you have any question or confusion, please do send it in and they will be attended to. Okay, let's go to the next slide where you have your oral ụlọ, homework. Ebe a bụ ọrụ ụlọ, ọrụ ụlọ. So, should I read it for you? You can read it now, Abby. Okay, let's read it. I want you to read along with me because you are going to read it yourself in the exam. All right? Okay. Number 1. Oral law means homework. Number 1. Olee nyirudaome Igbo ndị ị maara? Olee nyirudaome Igbo ndị ị maara? What are the nyirudaome Igbo that you know? Depụta mgbochiume ndị ha na mi na-eso na ndị ha na ni na-eso. Write out the consonants that go with me and the ones that go with ni. Number 3, depụta akara edemede niile ị maara n'Igbo. Write out the punctuation marks you know in Igbo. Number 4, nye ọmụmaatụ isi ngwa ise. Give 5 examples of isi ngwa. I hope you know what is isi ngwa. I will not tell you. Go and find out if you don't know. 5, were mgbakwunye ndị anyị mụrụ mepụta mkpụrụ okwu abụọ abụọ. The affixes we learned, use them to form words. Of course, using the verb roots. Two words each. It is that simple now. You see that Igbo is simple. Ọ dị mma ka emesịa.